the greatest Russian basketball site from career. So we're from Russia, and we got a very big number of fans of the old Sacramento, of your game, and your three-point shots. So I'd like to ask you some questions about your basketball in Sacramento, and I've talked with the fans, and one of the questions for you was Sacramento 2002, and you was, I think that it was a championship team, and how do you remember this time, and right now, 10 years after this, when you remember this time, what can you say about this?
Obviously, we also believed at that time that we had the championship team, but unfortunately we play against the Lakers, who at that time had Shaquille and Kobe, who were one of the best players in the world at that time. But besides that, we have great memories for that period of time, and we still think about that, what we could have done differently in order to accomplish that, but it's a past, and we can only remember the good times, and now it's so fun because seeing Vlade after so many years, because once you retire and each of us go separate ways, it's a good time to spend some time with him and remember good times in Sacramento, and just overall it was a great experience for all of us.
Don't you think that in 2002 it was the ref decision, not the basketball decision, that you don't win the championship? In the sixth game,
when you're an athlete, that was the media thing at that time. We as athletes, we never went into that direction thinking that the referee might damage us or not. And it's hard to think that way. I think when you're an athlete, you either win or lose. And you always look at yourself first. What could you done differently? What could you done better to avoid certain things? But we as the players, we never blame the referees. It's hard to do it. I think none of the athletes in any sports, if you are a player and you compete, you never blame referees. You always start from yourself, see what have you done wrong, and etc. etc.
How do you think, when you was in best physical condition in your prime, yes, do you have the people that you are afraid on the basketball court?
Well, when you feel good about yourself, and you said when you're at your best, it's good to have a little nerves, because nerves means that you care. Throughout my career, before every game, I had the goosebumps. Not that I was afraid of anything. I was just so exciting about every game that I played, and that excitement and that nerves gave me focus for the game. And obviously some nights you want to do good, but things are not going well for you. But you always try for the best. But you don't fear. You don't fear, and you don't have that kind of mindset. You can't come into the game and thinking, okay, Kevin Durant is better than me. You have to do your best. You have to compete, and whatever happens, happens.
How do you think, who is the best three-point shooter, you or Kevin Durant?
But you know what, Kevin, it's an unbelievable player. He's a very versatile scorer. He's an unbelievable shooter, but he can also score in different ways. I think he's a very rare player in the history of basketball. obviously he's better in creating his own shot than I ever was. But he's special. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. So.
But if you, in your prime, will shot 100 shots and Kevin Durant will shot 100 shots, who will make more shots?
I don't know. That's.
I think that you know.
I don't know. I never thought about that, but we had shooting games in Dallas my last year after practices. It was fun. We competed against each other.
With Dirk?
How much did you make?
No, we competed for fun. We shot 25 shots, and you have to make 20 to ring the cowbell. We had a bell in the corner of the gym. So you have to score 20 in order to go home, ring the cowbell.
And who was go home first?
Well, it depends. Dirk was shooting excellent. Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, myself, JJ Barea. We always stayed after practice and worked on our shot.
Right now, do you play basketball?
I haven't played basketball since I stopped. I play only tennis. This is my new passion.
And maybe you want to start a new professional career?
No, this is my hobby.
Okay, thank you very much, and please tell some words to the Russian fans.
Well, hello to all the Russian fans that follow NBA and they love watching NBA, and I assume that this year you are rooting for Brooklyn Nets.
Thank you very much.
All right.